Well, my loves, welcome back to Let's Play Disco Elysium. Last time round we learned quite a lot. We learned a little bit about the way this world works. And now that we know that, this title screen makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? We learned that this world is not quite synonymous with our own. There is some very peculiar metaphysics here. We also learned that there's a lady wandering around with our gun. So we've got to find that lady. Someone has our gun, and it's not a good thing. So we're back here in the what is this place called again? Anyway, I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's talk to Gart. What has Gart got to say?
Can I help you?
Can I help you? He arches an eyebrow. I saw another thing. Oh, the whirling in rags. That's what it's called.
Great. I love those.
So the phone line is dead?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
Is it true that there was foul play?
Who told you that?
Who did tell us that? I would never disclose my sources. That would be dishonourable. It doesn't matter. I just want to know who you suspect. I would never disclose. That would be dishonourable.
Yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the wiring.
Okay.
Shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related.
Ah.
Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers.
Well, we know who the murderers are now, by all accounts.
He's exhausted from years of dealing with the assholes. That's why he's trying so hard not to be one too.
Trying and failing suggestion, trying and failing, but it's fair enough because we're a bit of an asshole too.
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill.
Okay. There's something else I want to ask about. About my bill for the night.
Real.
I don't have. Oh, I nearly do though. I'm so close. Not yet.
Why are you wasting my time and yours?
Shirty. What's that? Fine. Hey, man.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod.
Okay, I'm going to leave him alone. I want to know what's going on with this door.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock.
Touch the door.
cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
What is with that bleeding door? So we know these guys are the murderers. They've already confessed, basically. But it's complicated. Let's put it that way. Now, can we do anything about this lady upstairs? That's what I want to know. She's a very peculiar one. And I don't think we've only spoken to her very briefly. And she was not impressed with us, I don't think. Which is fair enough, because we just emerged from, well, whatever stupor has claimed our memories and everything else. So, let's see if we can talk to her.
The door is closed.
Knock again.
Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. He doesn't like where this is going.
Oh, Jesus, we can be quite aggressive. Punch
You
the door.
slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do.
I think so.
Stop
I
that.
think so. Oh, the lieutenant sounds angry. Sorry, man. Sorry, I feel bad, actually, for disappointing
Bent metal,
Kitsuragi.
broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects.
The way this game makes very simple video game interactions into matters of existential insight is incredible. It means that the limited play area becomes this kind of playground.
You are the destroyer, the pain of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff and despair! No, I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out on everyday objects.
Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that?
Good idea! Fuck you, milk carton! This is all your fault! No, actually, I feel sorry for the thing I've destroyed. I'm sorry,
You're
milk carton.
right. That's definitely not the behavior of a destroyer at all. That's just severe anger management problems and a disregard for property rights.
Ah, so pain threshold considers itself to be actually of a higher status than that. Okay, sorry, Kim. I am sorry for disappointing you. I sincerely am. That's Kim's room, isn't it? So she's not around anywhere. No. And there's nothing going on in here as of yet. What's that? Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Yeah, it's embarrassing having Kim in here, quite frankly.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
No time to rest yet. Okay. Does having Kim here help? I wonder.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
No, we can't do anything with that just yet. Nor indeed that, so... Oh, hello.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
This is where the magic happens! I did it my way! I'm sorry for all this.
No problem, officer.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave. Wise, Kim. Wise. Have we got a level up? Oh, fucking brilliant. That means I can open another path. Unlock. Yeah! And now, what I would like is... Let's have a look. Left-wing dialogue options gives 4+%, -1 visual calculus, volumetric shit compressor, advanced race theory, temporary research bonus, -1 drama, fooled by the absurdity. Okay. A massive fantastic racist swirls in your head. Desert pygmies playing with their own excrement. Oh wow. Oh wow. Everyone is there, the whole race gang, plus some that you may have come up with yourself. Okay, well, we'll take that one, because that will enable us to deal with what's his face.
The window stands broken in its frame. The
Look
morning
out.
light hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
It's haze.
No, I thought Kim could help us with that. He can't. Anything else? No. I'm going to put the bag in my hand, because then I can pick up bottles and get money, and that's probably going to be helpful to me. There we go. There we are. Got anything else that's going to be helpful to us? Not really. My god, I don't want to wear that. Jesus, look at the state of it. Blech. There we go. I can pick up bottles now. Yay! It's going to be a big help when it comes to getting money. Anything out here? This is just the balcony where we come with Kim to talk, you know, to decompress after a day's investigating. Very clever. Now we can go and do the race theory quest, which is going to be useful. I suppose we could go and talk to the bloody racist lorry driver, and that might help with it. Wow, look at this. Anything? The thing is, it's worth visiting areas you've already been that seem to be complete, because you never know what's going to turn up. You never know what thoughts are going to occur and what patterns of thought are going to happen. It's very cool. I suppose I should go and see the bookseller lady. I haven't spoken to her for a while. Plaisance, is it? And her daughter. Haven't spoken to her for a good long while, actually. Right, what time is it? It is currently 21 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. That's good to know. I'm almost ready to pay my bill, actually, which is good. it's very difficult getting money in this game. You can extort it from people, you can steal it, you can do all sorts of things, but there isn't much of it around. It's not like a normal RPG where you just go and grind by killing monsters, or you use a skill to unpick chests and locks and things and pick people's pockets. It doesn't work like that. Okay. She hasn't got anything else to say to us. They don't have anything else to say to us just yet. Just yet. But we've basically solved the crime. We know who did it. Maybe we should go and report it. Maybe we should go back to the Kim's car and report it. Let's go and do that. Let's go and have a look, shall we? My god, this game is amazing. Okay, I'm just going to go to the car and I'm going to use the radio. Kim, you don't mind, do you?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio again.
57, how may I assist you?
Oh yeah, that was weird, Sylvie. Please connect me to the 41st again.
Just a moment, officer.
Thank you, Alice.
Officer, over.
Oh no, we haven't got anything else. No, we can't. That's all for now.
Roger
No.
that, 10-10, over and out.
So, nope, can't do anything else here. That's fine. Thought we might be able to, but apparently not. These two are still here, playing bowls, and I'm just going to walk through their game like that.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
He takes a bite out of his sandwich.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. Your heart gives out.
I kind of like Rene.
Honey, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
I like Gaston as well.
Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Okay. Can I have a bite of that? How do you know about the dead
Let
man?
me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Shay, maybe you can help me with something else. Come on, you must have heard something.
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist.
He probably would as well.
You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
He's like elemental positivity, isn't he?
Respects?
The old carabinier can't believe what he's hearing. Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Whereas Rene is the opposite.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it?
Oh!
Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone impotent in the Union. I just know Evrard.
Oh, how do you know Efrat?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers.
Ah.
I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
Oh, he was a teacher.
What
Interesting.
do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
They're not even like characters, are they? They're like archetypes. It's almost like they are elemental, like representations of something. That's really cool.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Yeah, right.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Right, Esprit de Corps. So, are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual
Not
member?
in the technical sense.
Ah.
I don't have a vote or a membership card, But Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
That's
Of course He's not a
fascinating.
member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Vezave. He comes where the wind blows and tries to look important.
Oh, Rene, you're so cynical.
I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
Yeah, this is an interesting line of inquiry. This is actually helping. I only talked to them arbitrarily. What are the little things you do for Evrard?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's interesting.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Okay, bye for now. That is fascinating. That might help us. What about you, Rene? Have you got anything else to say?
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Do you know anything about the man hanged in the back of the Whirling Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement.
I'll bet you don't.
This affair has passed me by completely.
I'll bet you are an authoritarian prick, aren't you, Rene?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with
Cops
cops.
is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
So again, you don't know
If I
anything.
knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
Okie
This is a man with a
dokie.
lot of past, but little present,
Yeah,
and almost no future.
right. So we can't do anything about that. Put skill points into composure to open this white check. Okay. Thank you for your time, Rene. That was most enlightening, actually. What about you? I'm at my own way, 'tis all. Always have, always will. Oh, the daughter's back. Hello.
Hello again, sir.
No, we don't have anything new to ask you. What about... Oh, yes, we harassed this woman last time, didn't we? Hi again. I'm not going to say maybe your cockatoo is missing. I'll
The
leave her
woman before
alone.
you nods.
Let's go and talk to Plaisance, because Plaisance is, interesting, shall we say. She's an interesting lady. Kind of. In her own peculiar way. There's also the Dice Maker. Haven't spoken to the Dice Maker for a while. The one who lives in the apartment beyond the weird chimney. Or is it it's inside the chimney, isn't it? It's really weird. Did we have a look at this last time?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storky, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
Seems to know a lot about
Browbritter
this.
is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
I don't have any children, I don't
Who to
think.
play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Do I have friends? Look at the lieutenant. Wow, I have children, a
It
family.
certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Oh. Look at me. Who'd want to have children with me? Yes, kids, friends, chicks, I have all of those. I don't feel as if I have any
Friends
kids.
are technically like family.
She fiddles with her pendant, thinking, is she trying to cast a spell on me
Playing
again?
with friends, I'd recommend suzerainty. It's a civilization civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. Cost 12 real.
So what about all these Wirral
Lousy
things?
auras there.
Oh.
No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all.
Those kinds of things. Well, I've always prided myself on being the kind of guy who is into all sorts of those kinds of things.
I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
I'll bet. You can still. She looks at the table, crossing her arms. That is a reference to the moral panic in the USA in the 1980s relating to D&D and role-playing. There was this massive satanic panic in the USA in the 1980s where, you know, fundamentalists and moral right-wingers and conservatives got a hold of D&D and proclaimed that it was satanic and evil and all this bullshit. Look through the pile of Wirral-related items.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
Is it the stuff that was published upstairs?
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Anything that really catches
There's a
my eye?
box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel notes a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
25 real, that's quite expensive.
Nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
Oh, I can't. I would actually like to buy that, but I haven't got the money. I think that would suit us quite spectacularly, Miss Plaisance. Have you got anything new we can talk about?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Esteemed officer, no less. Farewell for now, book peddler! I'm gonna go have a look downstairs. I just want to see what's down here. If there's anything new, you know? Oh, hang on. There we go. I don't know, at the moment. I am kind of wandering, and until it's 9 o'clock this evening, because that's when things are going to kick off. I need to go to that apartment at 9 o'clock. You remember the one? And see if there's anyone suspicious hanging around there. I mean, all of the Union guys confessed, right? But it's not necessarily the case that they did it, is it? This is just freaking creepy. Oh, hello! Poor animals, no rest for their bodies after death. Yeah. Right. Oh, and again. Shit. Is this Emma's atelier? It's a very good question.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles,
Oh,
sketches,
yes.
and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
We saw this
Some of the
before,
writing
didn't we?
has faded with age, but you can still make it.
Yeah, we've seen this. We could have a go at this again and see if he can pick up anything.
Tiles on the cube are still smouldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Oh, listen to the sound. Look inside
It's
the
empty,
compartment.
like a beehive without its brood. The
Okay.
filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Okay. Inside
Like
the
a
production
smooth draw,
schedule.
The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Okay, let's try the password for the production
Good.
schedule.
Please repeat the password.
Is it my birthday? I'm really bad. Can you give me a hint?
No.
Is it my birthday?
Still no.
Okay. I don't know the
Received.
password.
I will register this login attempt.
Shit.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
I suppose they do.
Portent accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smouldering.
Leave. So I
Tiles on the
need.
cube are still smouldering.
I need a password. I wonder if it could be. Hello.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The
Oh,
diagram
yes.
for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
We've done this. I love that word, esoteric. It's great, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder what that's going to unlock when we get the password and how we're going to find it. What could it possibly be? We need to find someone who is involved in the creation of that Wirral game. Then perhaps we'll find the password. Oh yeah. The big bear with the fridge. That's just weird.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Is that one of the ice cream
friendly
wrappers?
cartoon bear smiles back at you.
Okay, we've done that. Okay. So
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch.
leave for now. Right, we need to go and talk to the lady. Hang on. Did we do this last time?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
We'll try to turn the
Turning
ice cream crank.
feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Thanks, Inland Empire. I needed that.
What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar?
You're right, electrochemistry. Try to
You
crack
slip
open the
your
lid.
fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you. If
Ah.
you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Thank you, hand-eye
Equip the
coordination.
pry bar by going to the tools tab in your
Thank
inventory.
you. I've got it. I get it. Where are we? I need my tools. There we are. Boom. Let's give it a go.
This orange machine is dead still.
Oh, we
It has
can't.
a hand-cranked ice cream churner
Pry bar not
and
strong
an
enough.
electric freezer.
Okay.
The ice around it slowly melting.
Okay. Crap. So we can't do that at the moment. That sucks.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
Plug in the
Somewhere,
black cable.
a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Okay, that's odd. Plug in the giant-
Somewhere in the dark, a giant electrical mammal stirs to life.
Unplug the
electric
giant
sizzle.
lid. Yeah, there we
The
go.
room is slightly quieter now.
And
Something
unplug the
close
black
to
cable.
you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why
Good.
did you do that?
Because it's black, the color of immeasurable cosmos. It's not like it's the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Hmm.
The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Leave. Anything. Nope, it's just a dead end. Okay. So we need a stronger pry bar or item to get that bloody thing open. What could we use? Most people settle for bed after 9 o'clock or not long after. Well, at 9 I'm going to be going to the other apartment, so... Yeah. Is it raining outside? It certainly sounds like it. Does it not? I haven't spoken to... Oh, right, this is the way out. How did we get to the dice maker's place, then? I can't for the life of me remember. Oh, well, it's fine. Hello? Is there anything in there? Oh! Yes, I'll have them all, thank you. I will have them all. Well, since we're following that, race theory thing, I'm going to have a talk to people.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man.
Oh, it's snowing! Yeah! Oh, look at this! This is so cool! Care to spare a working stiff sub change? Oh, go on.
Huh? No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They
the
who?
Bosses, man.
I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck. If I had saved 4 myself.
Fine.
What? But I told you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here.
She's a suspect and I need you to tell me where she is or I can't finish this investigation. This feels bad, but...
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
Something breaks in him as he stares into your eyes. That feels bad.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own ends.
Yeah, and the snow falling and everything makes it desolate.
Remember, you're doing it for the bigger investigation. This is important. Relax. Ask.
Where is the lady driver? He takes a keyring from his pocket, then looks at it before giving it to you in silence.
The lorry's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is
Thank
green.
you.
You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
Thank you, man.
When did she leave?
Last Friday.
Okay, his eyes half empty now. Like where she is now?
No, I don't know.
Why did you have
she
the
left them
keys?
to me because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise...
He doesn't finish the
The
sentence.
other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
Okay. I'm sorry I had to do this,
I bet you are.
Oh, I am.
And he's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line, his revenge on the world.
God, even like the minor interactions are really emotionally profound. It's great. Let's go,
Thank
Kim.
you for your cooperation, sir. I know it was hard, but you did the right thing.
Yeah.
You don't really think so?
Yeah, I do.
I really do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be in the RCM. Take care, sir.
Oh, dear. You know, I know we've made progress there, but boy does it feel bad. Boy does it feel bad. So let's have a look at this key then. Oh, it's just a key, isn't it? We can't do anything. Yeah, right, okay. Oh, hello, I haven't seen this before.
This green found, A to Z, Contemporaire, is parked in
Contemporaire.
the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
Okay.
This is the one our man pointed to.
Yeah. Try to peek in the
glass
window.
on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust.
Look at the
You can barely
snow!
make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers.
Oh, I wish it was snowing like that here.
It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too.
This feels bad, but unlock the door with the key
You
Tommy
push the
gave
key
you.
into the lock and turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just...
Open
the
it.
smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century.
Oh,
One of
okay.
them
Cinema
particularly
file
catches your
then.
eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
Study the
actress
centerfold.
is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy.
God, Inland Empire is so melancholy, isn't it?
Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly.
Oh, electrochemistry is piped up again. Interesting. Enough of the
The
posters.
actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and it
Examine the
looks
radio.
like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Okay, why would anyone need so many radio
For contacting an
stations?
entire fleet of lorrymen, for example.
Ah.
This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range too.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
God damn it. What else is here?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat.
Check the
You
pedals.
wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
What?
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Ah, okay. Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Back up into the cabin
The
again.
movie stars are still smiling from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in
Pull
front,
out the
and
toolbox.
a metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the
It's an
newspaper.
issue of Périphérique from last
Périphérique?
Wednesday.
Okay.
A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the
It
note.
looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
Ah.
These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
Or maybe it's just you pain threshold. You seem to enjoy that kind of thing.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
Pushing the pull-out
Slides
toolbox.
back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
Maybe we can use
Looks like the
this.
frequency dial is absent.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
No.
Doesn't
No.
look like it.
The
Okay.
smell of 1,000.
Close the door.
rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective?
Ah,
Before we return to
excellent.
Joyce?
Yes. Absolutely.
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think? Seems like something police would do. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation.
Yeah, that radio system definitely seems to point
I'm
to that.
especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
What about the movie posters? How do you think this is connected to the Union?
We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation. But somehow, I doubt that Everard Clare would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose.
No, I think this is something prescribed, definitely.
My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery hill, but we just might be able to pin them down, indirectly, down the road.
I'm going to ask him that.
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
No, I don't think they are either, Kim.
Desire always plays a role.
Maybe the trader is some sort of cinemaphile. That's what I thought, yeah. Could the film industry be involved? A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Interesting.
Yes, well...
He doesn't say more. Now, that is I don't want to give too much away, but that is very telling for Kim. That's actually a point about Kim's character. It's really interesting.
Unimportant.
Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation. Sometime later, when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think. What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption, yeah.
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Debrief over?
After you.
Excellent. Well, progress. Progress, my loves. Right, we need to get back and see our friend on the boat, do we not? Because she may be able to tell us something about the damn lynching. I'm so sorry, man. I did not mean to undermine our previous relationship, but needs must when the devil drives, don't you know? And I've still got a banging headache, so, you know. But it's such an old-fashioned feeling game, and yet so new at the same time. Like, this so takes me back to the types of RPGs I played on the PC back in the late 90s. And yet, in terms of its storytelling, it's far beyond them. Okay.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay. I spoke with the lorrymen at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect.
Excellent.
What have you discovered?
Wait, where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologise for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
Fair enough, Joyce.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
We did,
She's
actually.
trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tells you otherwise.
Oh, yes.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
It is,
I
Joyce.
wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
What?
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Yeah, I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Right.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a security
Absolutely
detail?
not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Gotcha.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Oh
They
dear.
wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
Oh
The
dear.
story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman.
Yes,
while
we
he was
know
drunk
this.
And separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched
Shame.
last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching.
Oh dear.
Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
So there's going to be like a minor war in Martinez.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
I have to say, this is not disco. Yeah, you've made a mess here.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
She grabs hold of the
if
mainsail.
you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching.
Shit.
This in turn will force the Union to respond.
Yeah.
The Debarder have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
Right. Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing? I think the confrontation is inevitable. Yeah, I do.
It doesn't have to be like this. Nameless, badgeless officer of the citizens' militia. One single, concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Okay. What can you tell me about
Not
Crenel?
much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep, black well.
Thank you, Inland Empire. I knew you'd seize on that.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Oh, shit.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors. Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands. Countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She thinks.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenel.
Could you contact the company? Tell them to call them
I
off.
have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Shit. You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on, though?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers
That
by the
man
canal
was
say?
killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit, This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
It does. We've seen it. We've heard
The
it.
lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the Colonel was drunk. Maybe on narcotics, too.
Interesting.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Yeah, who was the woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the Colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Yeah.
We'll meet her soon enough, you feel?
Yeah. We may have already met her. This Colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
Ah.
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice. But she had sympathy for this man.
You liked him?
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
His name was...
Verily, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others.
One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
A radio
What
operator?
would you say was his eye color? The deceased.
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a pang of regret to her
That's
voice.
all right, then. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
I'll bet.
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Yeah, where are the remaining two
They've gone to
mercs
ground,
now?
as it were.
Ah,
I don't
shit.
recommend seeking them out.
Why not?
For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
Ah.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
It would be good to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Let's give it a go.
One is
Yes!
the scab leader.
Yeah.
At the harbour gates.
Yes.
The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining
Yeah,
his disguise.
he was clear from the beginning.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Yeah. One, yeah.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a border keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands
Ooh.
are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Yeah, that's a fair point,
Your
actually.
concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
One is probably in the building overlooking the roundabout.
Would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
She nods towards the sloop's cabin. I had other questions for
I
you.
hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the execution starts.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There is a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
5 days, not more. Maybe soon.
Shit, so we need to get this
It's
sorted.
a matter of days, not weeks.
Crap. That's enough for now.
I'm sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Will do. Now, can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hand.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver. Has she seen dead bodies before? It's likely.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like blooms in a pattern.
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways. A sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
That's kind of cool.
Where is he
now? This one is going nowhere but the morgue. I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
I love the fact that she's just taking that, you know, spoken to the dead man in dreams like a shaman, and she's just taking it. What travels did the dead man
Quite
make?
a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Ah, yes, it might make them angry.
It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial.
Yeah, I need the information. Mark it down. Ask the
Do
mercs.
what you have to do, detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
No, you could not.
We will be careful, ma'am.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your
Is
help.
there anything else I can help you with?
I think that's it. Thank you. That's all for now. Well, my loves, there's a lot going on here, isn't there?
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Cool. Where's it coming
From
from?
a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, it's
What
weird.
are you, deaf? They're perfect, like rock star politician and drug addict teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish.
You've got the wrong impression. I'm no superstar. I'm trash.
Yeah, a cool, trash superstar. Big dick cop down on his luck. Salam Rocky by here. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action!
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Fucking awesome, my loves. And with that, I do believe we will end this segment. So until next time, bye-bye!